Something that really bothers me. The fact that in all items that we have gone through, this is the fifth one, is all about unsupported documentation. So perhaps the question we need to ask ourselves is, where are these documents? Because if you read this auditor's report, he's saying, however, the amounts differs with the IFMIS payment details. IFMIS is the mother source of all these documentations, with the IFMIS payment details of 89,383, resulting in an unexplained variance of 55. What is the conclusion from the auditor? In the circumstance, the accuracy and the completeness of 144,514,015 included under the transfers to other government entities could not be determined. So the auditor is not struggling with the explanation that is being given about this money came in at this time or the other. Is the fact that as per the documents provided during the time of the audit, they cannot support the expenditure. And what I struggle with, Chair, is where do these documents go? Perhaps that is the basis of the biggest thing we need to unravel in our conversation today with the county government of Kericho is, where do your documents go? That is the biggest problem.
Majority Leader, I also share your frustration because the Auditor General has said, in addition to what you have said, the respective expenditure returns together with related accountability supporting documents were not provided for audit review.
Yes.
And then the governor responds and says that it was audited under State Department of Agriculture. And a sample of expenditure returns has been availed for verification. We expected you to avail it to the Senate because this is a report that is before the Senate. We cannot say that it has been availed to the State Department of Agriculture and that's it. And members, that's a problem with the these conditional grants that we are passing. NAB-CDP is processed through the Senate. I think it's an instrument that originates from the Senate. Yeah? It does not even originate from the National Assembly. It originates from the Senate. And then when it comes to expenditure of that money, Governor, you're telling us, no, that one was audited under State Department. It can't be that way. Because that money has come to you. You have applied it on your budget. It's your officers you have spent on it. It cannot be that when you now ask the question, you tell us it's at the State Department of Agriculture. I think that's what we must also deal with beyond the numbers. Because for this amount of 144, the Senate has absolutely no visibility on how it was used.
Thank you. I share, Chair, in the sentiments of the senators. One is that what comes out in NAB-CDP is that this is a program that is audited and is basically domiciled within the State Department of Agriculture. Sometimes, Chair, many of the programs even done are actually procured through the State Department of Agriculture. I'll give you, for example, the e-fascination program. The county has nothing in the procurement process or even the expenditure of that money because it is done by the national government and all we do is just to execute what has been done. And most of the time, I think this is one of the first times that this program is becoming a self-reporting entity. But not to belittle that, I think Sen.Aron Cheruyot mentioned something on documentations, which I share in that concern too, and I would wish them to ask the Director of Finance to specifically respond to the matter of documentations.
Maybe while on it, that is why I asked during audit process to the county participate, because that is when governor and CCM, you have opportunity to know documents. Even I think the audit process is the most fair because even they give you a management letter and point out areas that you need to follow it up. So I think, and CCM Finance has been serving for some time. So this is lack of leadership. Maybe there is a problem that he is experiencing. Then he can share with the committee. Because you are aware, Chair, under Public Audit Act, non-provision of documentation is an offense. That has consequences.
Now, Governor, maybe just to pick something that you said, that in NAB-CDP, the State Department sometimes does procurement.
Sometimes, in fact, I'll just cite the e-fascination. The entire procurement is guided by the State Department. They do the procurement themselves. The county has no role over it.
Let's look at the structure of other conditional grants.
Yeah.
FLOCA.
FLOCA is entirely at the county government.
There's KUSP.
Yes.
Kenya Urban Support.
The funded by the World Bank. It's done by the county government.
Decisions are made by
the county, of course, guided by the manual of World Bank.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which other significant conditional grant do you have?
KDSP.
KDSP.
Yeah.
The decisions are made at the county.
At the county, but guided also by the manual of the World Bank.
But NAVCDP, you are
NAVCDP is guided by the State Department of Agriculture.
Guided means that even procurement decisions are made.
Yes, some of the procurements are done by the State Department.
I think that's a significant flaw that must be addressed.
Yeah.
You know, Chair, and Governor, you tell this to your colleagues. We cannot allow the national government to claw back on devolution at that rate. They cannot come and make decisions on matters agriculture in the counties. If they want to support agricultural functions and programs in counties, they know what to do. Agriculture is a devolved function. Let funds follow functions. Push monies to the counties make decisions. Because if you say some decisions are made by procurement, decisions are made by the State Department of Agriculture, and other decisions are made by yourselves. When it comes to audit, now who gets audited for what? It creates unnecessary confusion.
Let me just, for the sake of this, just to inform the committee, because I think this is a Senator of the Republic of Kenya. You will be surprised that even appointing a director for NAVCDB is also solely by the county. It has to be approved by the State Department. So I think basically this audit query should be going to the State Department, because we're just conveyor belts and we are attracting here to come and answer questions that sometimes we have no absolute control over the same
Governor,
funds.
we were around when NARIP was running and it had similar problems, and we were told NAVCDP was a better design. But it appears that it still has the same problems. But the one thing that you cannot run away from is that you must provide accountability. You must provide expenditure returns together with related accountability supporting documents. Even if you give them to the State Department, you must give them to the Auditor General and to the Senate. Because as things stand, we cannot say that this 144 million was spent properly. We have no visibility unless you provide that documentation.
Thank you, Chair. I agree with you in totality, because this is accountability, and we are, by law, we are supposed to account for the same, and that's why we are here, Honorable Chair. So let me ask the Director of Finance to further provide directions.
Members, because of time.
Chair, can I say something on what the Governor is raising before the Vice Chair comes on
let's
board?
be conscious of time.
I agree, but Governor, if you give an inch, they take a kilometer. Because I remember on Friday, you were smiling happily and signing National Equipment Service Program to support after the expiry of Management Equipment Services MES. So if the Council of Governors cannot take a position and tell the national government, we can procure these medical equipments, for example. If also through conditional funds you are being guided, also CHBs you are being guided. So the question is, it is you governors who are allowing clawback of the functions of default, because looking at the fourth schedule, your default function is crystal clear. No one has even challenged in any discourse of court. So even if there is article, or is it 189 on the engagement between the national government, it should be there. So the question is, as Council of Governors, you have failed because you have not protected your territory. You are allowing, you are ceding 1 inch. They will, now, if we are careful, and Senator Wambua, as you should be careful. By the time you become a governor, you look like Mutai, because all functions would have been taken. So you need to be careful. And as the current governors, you have obligation to protect for posterity.
Senator Cheruyot.
On a point of order, Chair, allow me to protest on behalf of Kericho people. This is a session to listen to our books and speak to their matters. You guys have spent far much time speaking on policy issues. Important as they are, we missed the point on the substantive issues that brought us here. And I'm looking at the time, it's barely 20 minutes before the rise of the House. if we continue on the policy conversations here, when will we delve into very substantive issues that are in this report? Therefore, I want to plead with you that you guide us back to what brought us here, not the policy conversations.
Chair, that will happen. Chair, that will happen.
I agree with Majority Leader.
Chair.
Because of time, generally Majority Leader, we usually deal with the numbers plus the policy as well, so that we can make relevant recommendations. But on this, Governor, for 144 million spent in Kericho on NAV CDP, you must provide the supporting documents to the Auditor General, irrespective of how flawed the policy is. We will fix the policy when we are passing the additional allocations bill.
Chair, just sorry, so that I don't lose. There's something the governor said, which I wanted to hear the response to, in response to my question. I think he had asked the Director for Finance to say something about the specific question about documentation. Why are we having this problem? I'd be interested to hear the response.
Fine. Perhaps you take 1 or 2 minutes. Where's the Director? Who has been given the stage? Introduce yourself for answered purposes.
No, he's been speaking.
He's been speaking.
Oh, it's the same gentleman.
Thank you, Honorable Chair and Honorable Senator Kericho. On the issue of documentation, what we have identified as some of the gaps which exist, and we've tried to address that issue. We've come up with an archiving center at the county headquarters where we keep all the documents, and